All right, kiddos, today we're going to talk about the adverb clause. So you're going to need a highlighter and a pen, and open your English Workshop book to page 165 so that we can work on this together. Okay, the first thing I'm going to do is just to highlight the definition of adverb clause. An adverb clause is a subordinate clause that modifies a verb, an adjective, or an adverb. Now I'm going to talk about what subordinate means. Subordinate means that it has to be attached. It means it can't stand alone, okay? I'm going to write, it cannot stand alone. So what I mean by that is that it is not a complete sentence. Okay, so write that down. It means that it is a fragment. It is a fragment, and it has to be attached to an independent clause. Okay, so a subordinate clause means that it's less than, it's subordinate to an independent clause. It has to be attached to an independent clause. So we see that it modifies a verb, an adjective, or an adverb, just like an adverb answers those, or modifies those as well. An adverb modifies a verb, an adjective, or another adverb. So an adverb clause does the same thing. An adverb clause tells, now let's circle, how, we know these words, when, where, why, and how much, and to what extent, okay, or under what condition, okay, the action of the main verb takes place. Adverb clauses are introduced by subordinating conjunctions. Now I'm going to call these awubis words. Awubis. Okay, A for after, although, as if, as long as soon as. This one's my favorite. W for when, whenever, where, wherever, whether, and while. I love this one. U for until, unless. B is another one of my favorites, because and before. I for if and in order that. And then there's a few others, but S is for another one of my favorites, since, and so that. Okay, so you can sort of get all the subordinate conjunctions when you say awubis, and you'll remember quite a few of them, especially my favorites. Okay, so let's look at some sentences that have awubis in them, okay, as their starting conjunction. After the judge announced her decision, so I want you to notice there's the awubis word, then it's going to have a noun and a verb. After the judge announced her decision, comma, because it's at the beginning of the sentence, the attorneys held a press conference. The adverb clause after the judge announced her decision tells when the attorney held the press conference. So you can see it's answering one of those adverb questions. Okay, here's another one. We will go to the summit if the weather holds good. So here's that. I'm going to go ahead and put like a little star over the subordinate conjunction. Here it is there, if. See it? It starts the subordinate conjunction and then you have it. I want you to notice there's no comma there. When the subordinate conjunction is at the end of the sentence, there's no comma needed. So if the good weather holds tells under what condition. Okay, there's that adverb question being answered. Okay, the last one, because traffic was so heavy. Oh, here's the awubis word, because. Here's the whole adverb clause. There's a comma because it's at the beginning of the sentence. Because traffic was so heavy, the Parks decided to take a different route. Because traffic was so heavy tells why. There's one of those question words that an adverb answers. Okay, so introductory adverb clauses are usually set off by commas. If you want to come call me. But if it's at the end, let's write this down. If it is at the end of the sentence, no comma needed, okay? No comma. All right, so now that we kind of know a little bit about adverb clauses, let's do exercise 4. Identifying and classifying adverb clauses. Underline the adverb clause in each of the following sentences. Above each adverb clause, write whether the clause tells how, when, where, why, how much, to what extent, and under what condition. So I also want you to circle the commas, okay? So I'm adding that, so write it in. And we'll do the example together. We go camping every year before school starts. Now here's the here's the subordinate conjunction before. It starts the adverb clause before school starts. Now there's no comma here because it's the end of the sentence. No comma needed. So all we do there is underline it and we answer that it's answering the adverb question when. When. Okay, let's do 2 more together. While we were camping in August. Oh, there's the subordinate conjunction, the awubis word, while. It starts the adverb clause, while we were camping in August. Now, it answers when, and there's a comma before the independent clause because it's at the beginning of the sentence. While we were camping in August, comma, we saw a meteor shower. Number 2, meteor showers occur when rock or iron particles called meteoroids enter Earth's atmosphere from space. Now that's a long adverb clause, but that whole clause is attached to this independent clause and it answers when. It has the awubis word, the subordinate conjunction, when. Okay, so we have to underline all of it, no comma, and answer when. Now what I'd like you to do is to pause the video and to finish number 3 through 10. Practice finding adverb clauses and then labeling what adverb question it's answering and circling any punctuation, commas, that are needed if it's at the beginning of the sentence or in the middle of the sentence. Okay, so pause the video right now and do number 3 through 10, and then when you're done, start the video and check your answers carefully because you'll need to know how to find adverb clauses as you write so that you'll know how to punctuate them correctly. Okay, now you should have finished the sentences and I have the answers right here, and I want you to make sure that you've circled the commas when the adverb clauses were at the beginning of the sentences, and notice when they're at the end there are no commas. And I've written down all the adverb questions that they answered. So check your own, and that's it for today. Thank you.